All right, great. I think we've got a good evening, everyone that I've not greeted tonight. I believe we've got a sizable number and we can start. You know the routine. Hey, awesome. Hello, Sis Tlogeu. Hello, everybody. Hello, Sis Shirley. Hello, everybody. I see you guys. Okay, you can close your videos because I know that some of you have got challenges with the network, but thank God that there is no, what do you call this thing now? We don't have load shedding, hopefully. Okay, so I'm just going, please make sure that your microphones stay muted so that we can be able to have a seamless broadcast. Sis Chloe, I'm going to ask that you come on. I think I'm going to switch off this thing completely because the echo is coming back to me. I'm going to trust, I don't know how I'm going to see the comments or the questions as they come through. I'm going to have to try and devise another plan. Can I just check, is the echo still there? Okay, all right. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through this evening. I know that this was a surprise, and I'm hoping that it was indeed a pleasant surprise. And I welcome all the viewers from Protocol Breaking Prayers. I welcome the viewers from the Coaching and Mentorship Program. All my wonderful Ablaze mentees, you are welcome. Today you've got a treat. We've got a special guest that has come through today to have a chat with us. We're going to have nice conversations with her. And I want to also welcome the ladies from Untold Stories. If any of them is already here and tuned in, thank you so much. That wonderful group as well is with us tonight. So as I said, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another powerful session with me and you and our wonderful guest. Tonight we are in conversation with Matlhogo Nolo Ledwaba. I am your host tonight, and we're going to have a nice chat. And I'm so excited. I'm actually beyond excited to bring you an insightful and impactful session tonight. So those of you who are joining us on YouTube, those of you who are joining us on Zoom, or those of you who will be catching us later, we want to say we appreciate you, and we've decided to create this as an open session tonight so that you can also partake of our mentorship and our coaching sessions that talks to vision. As you know, I speak a lot about vision and purpose. I'm very, very much motivated about these things. So I'm always looking for an opportunity. Let's mute the mics, please. Administrators, please make sure that you are helping me to mute the mic so that I don't hear any other feedback. Okay. Let's just wait for those. Let's be watching those we need to admit as well, please, and keep on admitting them. I'm requesting kindly that the microphones be switched off. Just mute your microphones. It's very, very important for me. Okay, so as I said, it's a subject matter that is very exciting for me. Okay, this is very disruptive. Awelani, can you mute? Pastor Lynette, I'm going to also make you a co-host, please. If you see anybody's microphone is activated, kindly mute them for me so that I cannot hear the feedback. Makhabo, kindly mute, please. I'm trying to find a way that we can mute everybody. Sis Chloe, I will unmute you. I think it's better if I keep you unmuted. If you don't mind also, okay, you will share your video when you come on, right? Thank you so much. Okay. That sounds like a plan. As I said, I don't know where I was, but this is what you see when disruption comes, and you know you have these unplanned feedbacks that happen. as I said, today we are talking about embracing entrepreneurship. And today, the person that we've invited to guide us through this discussion, we have none other than Matlogonolo Ledwaba. For me, I call her a powerhouse. She's an entrepreneur of note. I'm going to read you her profile so that you can understand a little bit more about her. She's an award-winning business leader, and she is the visionary behind the there with your journal and your pens, and you're going to take down notes as much as you can. There is a chat box and you're going to use that, and you're going to, there is a chat box and you're going to use that, and you're going to use that chat box to jot down questions. Please, administrators, as you can see, I'm multitasking a lot of things, so I'm depending on you to capture those questions as well. I'm going to get another screen, hopefully, to be able to see those questions as well. So if you are an entrepreneur and you are in our midst today, I want you to go to the chat section, and if you are on the YouTube section, I want you to tell us in one line your business. What is your business in one sentence? Can you tell me your business in one sentence? I'll wait. Drop a chat comment for me and tell me. I want to make sure that you are meaningfully engaged and you are participating. If you are an entrepreneur, how many entrepreneurs do we have in our midst? How many transportation? Tariq says, I'm in transportation. Shelly says, I'm in real estate. You guys are giving me one word. I'm looking for that full explanation. Real estate. Do I only have 2 entrepreneurs? I wish I could see the YouTube comments. Let me just see if I can track on the YouTube comments. Maybe that will be helpful for me so that I can gather the comments nicely. Let's just see that. I'm waiting for those comments to come in. I'm waiting for the comments to come in. Hello, YouTube people. Okay, YouTube, you need to participate and be active. I want to see those comments. Can I have my other phone, please, so that I can be able to read the comments on Zoom as well? I'm struggling to see the comments from the people. I've got real estate and I've got transportation. That's excellent. That's excellent. So if you are an entrepreneur and maybe you've been desiring to become an entrepreneur, don't worry. Brace yourself. You are going to learn a lot tonight. Okay? You're going to learn a lot tonight. So let's get to it. And as I said, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Matlogonolo. I said she is the managing director of the Bread Box Bakery and Studio. She's a multi-award winning entrepreneur, and she's a certified revenue assurance practitioner. I'm really looking forward to understand what that is. You know, when you go through her profile, you learn that she has built a brand that goes just beyond baking. One of the things that really attracted me to her, yes, she came through PBP channels, but one of the things that I saw in her business was that she was an educator. You know, she educates people. She is so passionate about seeing other people grow. She's passionate about seeing other people's businesses expand. Both her and her husband always look for ways of just pouring into other people and sharing ideas and educating, right? So you see that she's just not about the money. She's not about just taking out a product. And one of the things that I saw that was very innovative about her is the production that she has. She's actually a manufacturer as well, right? So for her, what drives her is that thing that says she wants to empower others, she wants to empower her community, and she believes in teaching others the entrepreneurial skills. She's well-traveled, she's well-read, and she's a speaker of note, right? She believes in creating a lasting impression. And her journey into business is nothing short of inspiring, really. And she's got a background in corporate finance. She's got a background in internal auditing, and she's also got a background in business administration. So Matlogonolo really is that kind of extra and a bag of chips and all that kind of a person that you want to rub shoulders with, that kind of a person that when you associate with them, you can have meaningful discussions that move you forward, right? She left the security of the corporate world believing that there's something bigger that she's called for. You can imagine if you are in the corporate world, typically you are earning a very good salary, right? But over and above earning that good salary, for you to make a move and say, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, it's really like a gamble. So not many people venture into that, that kind of path. But you can be best assured that this person who's going to be special awards for the president to recognize you. Do you know how many people are in business? But for the president himself to recognize you as one of the top three women-led SMEs in South Africa. In South Africa, not in some Bundu land somewhere or Bundu township, whatever. In the whole of South Africa, to be recognized, to say you are one of the top three leaders, that is something to aspire. Those of you who are not even yet in business, those who are yet students, those who are even listening to me now, you're saying, Pastor Fortune, can you really, emphasize so much on the profile? It's everything. I always say, between your birth certificate and your death certificate, something needs to fill that biography. Something needs to fill that space between the gap between when you are born. What have you left us as a legacy? So these are the things that I would love to see from all my mentees, all the coaching students that we have, that we want to see how you are progressing in life. We want you to document it. We want others to be inspired, and I hope you are being inspired, because as I'm reading this profile, I am being inspired myself. I'm being inspired, and I can read this testimony and say, this is a testimony of excellence. This is a testimony of dedication. So if you are going to go into business, or you're going to go into a particular career path, you want to excel, you want to be dedicated. So tonight, Matlogonolo will be sharing a lot with us. She'll be sharing strategies on how to keep your business relevant, how to keep your business thriving when funds are low. There's a lot of things that you will learn, and I don't know whether we'll be able to cover everything, but she said to me, Pastor, don't worry, I'll be able to come back. Where I don't finish, I will come back again. And guys, ask a lot of questions. She's going to be talking on how you can scale into competitive markets. This is a woman who's not just focused in the land of South Africa, but she's focused to be going beyond. She's going to talk to us about that, and she's going to also talk to us about how do we maintain that mental resilience as an entrepreneur, because it can be quite overwhelming. YouTube is too slow for me. Let me get on to you guys. Oh, sometimes I wish I was on TikTok so that I can read all these comments. Chilizi says, I'm into hiring wedding dresses and academic supporter on research dissertation. I'm into beauty and cosmetics, Musidi says. If you don't tell us, guys, what you are into, we will not be able to advertise you. These are the kind of people that I'm looking forward to. Sis Chloe, as you are unlocking your video, I know you've got an event where you are, but I'm hoping that I can be able to see your face as well. I'm going to see your face as well now. So guys, please be sharing in the comment section, what is it that you are into? What business are you into? We are going to get into deeper. Fortune L on backup. Okay, cool. Got it. Sis Chloe, are you ready for me? Are you ready for me? Oh, it is such an honor. Let me admit myself. I'm waiting for somebody to admit me. Am I in? Great stuff. Great stuff. Now I can read the chat sessions without me twisting my head. Okay, Chloe, are you unmuted?
My network is a bit, it's been freezing a bit, so I keep my video on and off up until it stabilizes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, great stuff.
I'm at the shop, so we've got the network problem, but I think at some point I'll put in my video.
Okay, great stuff. We will journey with you. Again, welcome, Chloe. It's such an honor to have you here tonight. And before we get into the nitty-gritties of the strategies and everything else, I'd like you to take us back to the beginning of your journey. I don't know how you well. Those are one of the things that I want you to touch on tonight. I would like to hear about your journey. Who is Matlogonolo?
Matlogonolo married in Limpopo, Polokwane, and I had you introduce me, and I was like, yo, but I'm just a simple girl who sells Magwinya for a living.
Ah, I love that modesty. It's like you sell magwinya for a living.
Yeah. But on a serious note, who inspired me? I think I was written by my grandmother. So my grandmother was a philanthropist. She was selling bread for not to sell to people, but to give to people that don't have food. And I hated flour with a passion when I grew up, but I think from the age of 7, I already knew how to make a dough, bake. We used to sleep at 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, because we had to make sure that people who didn't have that. Because my grandmother was also a matron, like she was a nurse, transitioned to a late matron, and then after hours then, or in the mornings before she goes to work, when she's not doing shifts, and then we'll be baking bread. So I think that's where the baking came from, and I think if you asking me 8 years ago or 9 years ago if I would be doing what I'm doing, I probably have said no. Because when we started, really, it was not about starting a business, but about picking up women in the streets, because you know when you come back from work on your suit in an air-conditioned car, but you see women in the streets raising the very bad weathers with the kids on the back. If you've got a conscious, when you get home, it didn't sit well with me. And I was like, I've got a skill that I was taught, even though I hate flour, can I not be selfish with the skills so that we can help women? We take them from the streets, because if somebody has given you a skill, they will never take it away from you, as compared to when somebody gives women. So that's really what how it started. I started without thinking I'll be where I am today. It was just for me trying to teach people on what I was taught when I was young and when I grew up, so that people can be able to make a living.
So you're the accidental entrepreneur.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And then when we started baking those women, and how it started is, I started talking with these women in the streets of Midrand, and then I asked them if somebody would teach them something that they would go forever, if they get off the streets, and then they say yes. But some of them obviously did not believe, because they have been promised stuff. You know, like people like promising people stuff and it never materializes. And some of them agreed, but when I agreed with them and I said, I'm going to keep you guys on one Saturday. But on the flip side, I did not tell my husband that on the next Saturday I'm going to be bringing a whole lot of women into the house and teaching them how to pray. So I went to pick these women, put them in the car, and then I asked them to stay outside, and I get in the car and I said, husband, I've got this. He thought it was an idea, and I said, no, they are already in the car, and they are waiting to get in to bed again. And luckily for me, I had a partner who understands and who understands exactly what I think I've been aspiring to do. So and then that's how the journey started, and we are here.
Wow. So tell me more about your career in terms of corporate life, what you were doing. Obviously, there's those big jargons that we also touched on that talk to corporate finance. Tell me about your corporate life.
I started my career as an internal auditor. I started on FMCG and I went on security. But majority of my career was on ICT. And then 7 years of my life I spent on broadcasting, signal broadcasting and distribution. So I was on the broadcasting side of things. And then I moved to ICT on telecommunications. I think for the last 5 years of my career I was in telco. And then the other years, I think 7 years, 8 years I was in broadcasting, broadcasting, obviously doing things behind the scenes. And then the other years it was FMCG.
So would you say nothing was wasted in terms of what you studied for, in terms of what you did in corporate world? How do the two worlds merge together? What can you say was necessary that you picked up in corporate or in your education, and how are you using it in this business? Because some people might say, do you just need talent to just be a baker, or do you actually need some kind of background education as well? Does it help? Is it necessary? How do the two worlds fit together?
I think I'm going to be biased because I'm an academic, right? And she is the basic. She is, I think we're going to be friends. Amen. Yeah, I'm doing a research. It's showing me things. So I think, yeah, I found it. So I think to some extent, studying assist, whether you do a self-study, some sort of development helps. And I always not, it doesn't have to be like your traditional university, right? But some sort of personal development, reading something, or getting into reading books, learning something, whether it's on the internet, whether it's online, it does assist. Are my years wasted in terms of what I did? Absolutely not. Because I believe that my experience that I've gained for so many years is the one that is actually helping me now, even to navigate through the difficult journey of entrepreneurship, because I have built relationships. I'm one of the good girls in corporate, so I managed to leverage on those relationships, and I'm able to go back to people and say, what do you think of this? Obviously, people that are running in corporate, sometimes they don't understand the journey of an entrepreneur, but it's always good to go back to people. So I managed to leverage on those relationships. It was not an absolute waste of time, and especially from my finance background, I think it really helped me a lot to understand a lot of things, because if like finances, the revenue are the biggest things that drive businesses. If you don't plan properly, if you don't use it, there's a lot of things even with my experience that I have made a lot of mistakes.
Tell us about those mistakes as well, because I would love to know how you navigated those financial challenges that you refer to. And obviously, coming from a corporate finance background, I would have thought that you got the finance thing down, you know what I mean? But how did you navigate the financial challenges? How did you keep your business afloat? Because a lot of businesses went through a lot, especially during COVID. How did you make it when money is too tight to mention?
A lot of us, including myself when I started, we underestimate the value of non-financial assistance, right? Because when we get to non-financial assistance, people want to be given money. But then I always ask people, because I've learned from this, to say, if I have to give you $1 million now, what are you going to do with it? And then a lot of people would easily say, yes, I'll do it. But if we have to say, let's break it down. What is the plan, and what are you going to do with it? Majority of us, we don't know what we are going to do with this, but what we know is that we need this money. So non-financial assistance, it includes companies like your CDS or other private companies, whether it's international, some companies that deal with small businesses, whether it's women based, or they would say, you want to take 10 of your employees for training, for back of house training, for example, for food safety training, or for front of house training, or for customer service, or for business management, or for different type of skills. And the majority of the people would be like, can I get that money? I've got my service providers that will do, and they never do take those people. And these kind of assistants are the ones that help you as a business, because they are very expensive. So if you've got, you hear anywhere where they say, no, if you register here, we'll take your employees, or we'll take you as a business owner for training, take them, because they are very valuable. And majority of entrepreneurs will always say, these things never work. And another thing is that a lot of people will be saying government agencies don't work. I had to change my mindset on that to say, I'm the one who needs help. These people have salaries that they're not money. So I'm going to knock on that door till they do something. So up until when they hear this name, they're like, yo, white skin, need help. That's the way that is skin. So that's the attitude that we need to have. And that's the attitude that I adopted. And it really helped me. Because I'm still, these people are getting paid. They are getting their salaries at the end of the month. Wherever you are getting irritated, you're not coming back. It doesn't affect them in any way, but it does affect you because you're not getting help. And there are some inefficiencies though, but you have to be resilient. You have to keep on up until something happens. You have to push. The same way we say we have to push when we pray up until something happens. Even in business, you have to push and push and push and push up until something happens. And like for example, people are saying you've won a award, you've done this. I think 6 years when I started the business, I wanted to give up every other 3 months or every other 2 months or every other month when it comes. I'm like, you know what, I'm closing this thing down because it's not working. Because it's not easy. Things are not coming. You want to scale up, the money is not coming. You get approved for funding and they tell you when the money is supposed to come, that the money is not there, the funds are. So those type of things are discouraging. But I think for me what I understand is that you need to also get the right people around you in terms of business, the right people who are going to advise you, the right people who are actually subject matter experts in the area of the business that you're in. And then I always say there's always wisdom in looking for people that are older, that have been in the business, learning from their failures, their wins, and the do's and don'ts of how to navigate the environment that you are in.
Powerful stuff, powerful stuff. What I heard, and I'm taking, guys, please make sure you are making notes in the chat section so that I can make sure that you are also engaged, and write down the lessons that you're learning, right? So that I can recap on it as well. She spoke about mind shift and a mindset shift. It's very necessary that your mindset shifts as an entrepreneur because you're going to experience tough seasons. And during those tough seasons, you need to know how to navigate. She spoke about the right connections and the right networking, right? And I don't know whether we need a whole session on that because she spoke about her connections in the corporate world. I think when you're navigating life, you need to understand that every single person you meet, you might need them tomorrow. So don't just trample on people. Don't think you're an island. So while she was working, she formed connections. And after she had left the corporate world, it was those very connections that she was able to leverage on, meaning that they opened business doors for her. She was able to maybe probably turn them into their clients, her clients as well. So it's really awesome that you hear these learnings and some of the things that we've always been teaching, that this is the practical side of things, right? How many people do you know, when you look at your cell phone, for example, you might have 1,000 contacts. Some of us have got more than 1,000 contacts, but if you think about it, half of those people you cannot even flip into becoming customers. Are those really valuable networks? So you need to check your network because it will affect what? Your net worth, right? She spoke about non-financial assistance. And often as budding entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are already there, I just say, you'll hear mostly people say, I need capital, I need to start a business. But she spoke about the non-financial assistance. And I would love for you to reiterate the type of the different agencies that you spoke about, because I know that you ran through it. And then guys, as you're hearing it, please put it in the comment section so that, and if you know of others, put it in the comment section so that other people can screenshot it and be able to go to those agencies. She spoke about agencies that gave training. It might not be money that they give you, but they're giving you something that is valuable, training. One of the things, Koki, you mentioned the difficulties in scaling your business, right? So I want you to share maybe the strategies that helped you scale successfully, right? And when I look at the Bread Box, one of the things that the Bread Box Studio is known for is the unique approach to education. If you don't know, she doesn't only bake. She's got a studio where different celebrity chefs hire the studio and they come and teach. She's also a culinary chef herself, so she teaches people to cook. So for me, it's great evidence of taking what you know. She took what she knew from her grandmother, what she learned at home, she monetized it, she began to make money from it, right? And she didn't say, I've got a degree and I'm going to stop that. But no, she started flourishing in a different area. So Chloe, if you can touch on the strategies that you can use to scale your business successfully, and if you can touch on, for example, the innovation. How does innovation become relevant in a business? And I'm talking to, for example, the products that are in macro, that are in different supermarkets that you've got in the supermarkets. How did that help?
You know, I wonder this back on how do the products start. I think those started during COVID. And I said, for me, my definition of entrepreneurship equals to problem solving plus risk taking as value creation. It's a mindset, not just a job title. That's how I interpret entrepreneurship. So you have to be a problem solver, a risk taker, and then also a value creator. And sometimes I think people get scared by these big words and stuff. And I think sometimes when you sit with somebody, you realize that this person is entrepreneurial, but they don't know. And then when you sit with somebody, you realize that this person is a problem solver. And a lot of us, we take risks, but we don't know. Like we are not, we don't apply that to take it risk in terms of things that I do. And I believe that a lot of us, and I believe that a lot of us even in this platform, we have taken risks one way or the other. We have solved problems one way or the other. We have created value one way or the other. And recently, I just came back from Egypt, and one thing that I have learned about the Egyptians is that they recently they are surrounded by countries that are war-driven, and they're the casualties of war. They are rebuilding the city. But one thing that I've learned from them is that they are problem solvers. Anything else, like in terms of they did not have nothing, they were left with nothing, the city was burned, but you asked them how they came out, and they were like, when there's a problem, instead of whining because we realized that that's not going to take out anyway, we found solutions in the problems that we had. And for me, that was profound. And then that's for me what I define as an entrepreneurship. You're finding problems, solving problems. Whether you are solving problems, washing somebody else's blankets because they are late, you can do that. Whether you are solving problems because somebody else is lazy to wash dishes, so when I was in university, and a lot of people don't believe, and a lot of my colleagues don't believe, I was working in those that are familiar with Pretoria. I was working at Tramshed at Woolworths. And there was this lady that I met from Mamelodi. Because sometimes when we are going to varsity, we feel like we have arrived. When we meet old people in the road, we don't meet them when they are struggling. We don't have them. So this lady, I normally found her at the bus stop, and then we would chat and then just have a chat. So one day she says, oh, aren't you looking for a job or something? Because we're looking for packers at Woolworths. I jumped at that opportunity. I was a packer at Woolworths. I'll go there at 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock I'm in class at Victoria Tech. So a lot of people don't believe when I tell them that I was a packer because there was a point where my mom had to lose her job. Because then I was like, I'm not going to drop out of varsity. And then that job of a packer is the one that helped me to complete my degree. And then when I tell people, they're like, no. And I I found another job. I don't believe in looking down on people. And also another thing that is very important as an entrepreneur is that you need to understand that you have to, it's a heart issue, I think, for me. And imagine you have to pay people and then you don't have money to go buy food. That takes something. And I always tell people that if you are not ready to do that, then don't go into that, because you are going to end up being like, yo, why should I pay these people when I can't even pay my bond? You know,
Wow.
So it's, yeah, so you have to get to that point. You have to get, but if you can't, and then if your heart is not allowing you to do that, it's one thing that I always see a lot of entrepreneurs struggling with, you know, so for me that's very important. And what was your other question? Your other question was like, what are the agencies?
Yes, the agencies.
So the agencies that are very important, like that, and I'll speak around Gauteng because around other provinces I don't know. So we've got agencies that I think maybe I'll send you the list of them on a presentation that I'll send to you tomorrow.
Okay.
The list of agencies, the contact people, and then I'm going to give you guys the direct contact people that will be able to assist you. So we've got like different departments. And then if you are in the food and beverage sector, you need to register as a stakeholder. You need to register as a stakeholder for food and beverage sector. And right now I think I saw today they open for their grants. Their grant window is open, and those are the kind of things that we normally apply. We don't get them. And then also, if you've got a business, any type of business, you need to register your business with SEDA. Now they have mentioned it, they call it SEDA. Register your business with that. And then in that, you are able to get free services. So free services meaning training. So sometimes what they do is that they can do training for you, help you with other business registration, including your SARS and other things. You can, there's a lot. They can help you with the marketing material. They can help you with giving you access to the market. They also allocate to the business manager who will be able to guide you in terms of the things that you are struggling with. Also, whether you are in real estate, you need to register with them, or whether you are on training, because I think recently, if there's anybody else who is in training or who's providing any sort of services, whether it's coaching for businesses and stuff, you need to register with SEDA, because they are really struggling with service providers from marketing to stuff, because they help other businesses. They always hold workshops in different provinces, so it's easier. So it's guaranteed revenue as an entrepreneur when you do that. So when you register with them, you need to make sure that your business is registered with CSD, because when you are becoming a service provider to them, so you can be two things with SEDA. You can be a service provider in the sense of coaching, training, doing marketing, a whole lot of things of services that you can provide to them. And you can also be a client in the sense that they're going to be helping you onto, like, all these are non-financial, like as a service provider, you will be paid. But as a client to them, they will give you a lot of non-financial assistance. If you say that I need to do branding, I need to do this, I need to do this, they will pay the service provider, but they are going to look for the service provider that is on CSD registered profile. Another thing is that, for those who are in agro-processing can be making of acha or anything else that has to do with anything, processing of anything that is being planted. So if you are in agro-processing also, just I'll send details that like even right now there's a program where if you are in agro-processing, they help you do something, whether you're making or do something. I saw it last week or I think yesterday or something. So you ask them to, you send them an email, and then you ask them that this is what I need. I need equipment, I need that. They come, they assess your business, your readiness, and then if they feel that you are not at a certain stage, they take you and they do that. And I think right now also is the best time because they don't want to take money back to treasury. So they try always to try and help as much people as possible. So I'll send you those details. So majority of it is non-financial assistance, which I feel like it will play the biggest role in when you're scaling up, when you're growing up your business. Even when you are a startup, a first-time startup, as a business, they will also assist you in the sense of helping you to register a business. And then also if there's anybody else who has a product, whether you are doing facials, whether you are doing stuff, what you also need to do is that at CEDA also, you can also ask them, you send a message and then you tell them that you need your product to be tested, to be SABS approved, because it's very expensive. SABS is very expensive. So CEDA will take your product, they take up to a minimum of 5 products, and then they go and test those products for you. And then you are now getting ready to list and bring on in supermarkets. So I would encourage people to utilize those services before engaging on spending money and stuff like that. Try them, and majority of these non-financial assistance, they become quick because you're not asking for money, so you're asking for services. So when you're asking for services, they don't have a lot of red tapes. They just need to check whether your business exists. And then also exists people who've got business. Yes, so you don't have to have an actual business. If you've got a business idea and you go to them to say, I'm a startup, I want to register a business, they'll also help you from that level. So you really don't have to have a business to access these things. But as long as you've got an idea, and then that idea can work, or you deliver it, and then you've got all the things, you've got your business plan. And then also they can also get people help you with your business plan. They can help you get people help you with your management system, your food safety system, because these kind of services are truly expensive. So if you are able to get services from these people for free, and then they pay these professionals that are actually costing an arm and a leg, then you do. And another thing also that helps businesses, and I also a lot of us and we struggling with compliance, right? Like with tax, and a lot of people, what I've seen is that what a mistake that they do, because remember with VAT, it's not a must if you are below a certain threshold. So a lot of businesses when they start, they will then immediately go and register for VAT, and every other second month they don't submit, and then when they start earning money, sales will be like, no, you haven't been assisted. So those are the kind of things that can hold you back as a business because you have done mistakes, and those are the mistakes that we have learned along the journey, because you open a business and something, you get this accountant, you'll be like, no, you have to register for VAT, you have to do, and then you stay without actually submitting this thing. By the time you start earning money or you start doing this, then such says you owe us this amount. So these are the kind of mistakes that I normally say to entrepreneurs, don't, as long as you are below, I'm not sure whether
it's 1 million.
Yes, yeah, if you are below 1 million, I normally say to people, maybe refrain from registering for VAT, so that you don't get into. But unfortunately, there are some certain things that when you try to apply for them, they want you to be VAT registered. But you also need to know how to navigate it, just to make sure that every other, when you're supposed to submit your VAT returns, then you do that. And I think for me, non-financial assistance is one of the things that I always preach when I'm talk to or that I'm actually helping in that journey of entrepreneurship. So, and I'll also encourage you guys to stay away from VAT if you can, and up until you are at threshold that is required. And I think for me, I'm always biased because I have seen non-financial assistants. I have seen people also who have refused non-financial assistance because they have underestimated it and are frozen down because they couldn't afford to do those services because they didn't believe that these services were happening. And yeah, so that's the big one for me.
This is amazing stuff. Guys, are you hearing this? Are you learning? Guys, are you learning? Wow, my God. You know what? This level of information and the depth of this information, some people would not have been forthcoming in sharing it, right? And I mean, when she mentioned, like, for example, the central database, is it CSD? CSD, what is it again, Letu? You said it's...
Central Supplier Database.
Central Supplier Database. Guys, if you want to play in government circles, if you want to play in the tender circles, there's things you need to do. There's registrations you need to do. You need to know, once you've registered, how to navigate these things. There are so many things that she mentioned. It's a lot. It's a wealth of information. You would pay thousands if you were to get an accountant to just talk through this whole thing. VAT. She said, don't register for VAT unless you understand how it works, unless you are able to do the returns, because otherwise you're going to find yourself in problems with the receiver of revenue, right? You're going to find yourself in problems with the receiver of revenue, and you don't want to go there. Guys, take care of your tax returns, your personal tax returns. I've seen, Chloe, that even in corporate, sometimes somebody's talented, somebody's gifted, your product is awesome, but when we ask for documents to comply, you fail on tax. You don't have the tax clearance. You are not ready with what is that one for employee compliance? It's not really workmen's comp, but the pay as you earn. There's also the other one that they ask you when you know whether you comply, whether your employees are registered. So there's all sorts of compliance documents. Know what you're in for. Don't just be like, I'm just gonna ride the wave. What are you in for? What does it mean? And don't be scared to play with the big boys. You know what I mean? When I look at Chloe and I look at her business and I look at the clients that invite her, I look at the embassies and the governments that hire her, even just to come and cook on a day or to come and talk and to go. And she's an ambassador of Botswana, for example. So you see that this young lady decided she's going to play in the big team, in the big leagues. And one thing I'm hearing her echo is, don't underestimate non-financial assistance. This is what your MBA that you could not afford will teach you. You don't have to have an MBA. I hope you guys are hearing me, Tyreek, everybody, all the students who are going into entrepreneurship. You don't have to already have an MBA. I'm not playing down that you have to be educated, that you have to learn some things, but there are agencies and departments that you can access that can teach you these things and equip you with these skills, right? So access them, find out about them. She mentioned a few of them: CEDA, CIFA. Make sure that you are getting hold of those learnings, right? She spoke about SARS. I'm recapping the VAT thresholds. It's 1 million. If your turnover is not up to 1 million, you don't have no business playing around with VAT. But if the markets that you're trying to enter into, they need VAT, then you better start shaping up. But understand, she spoke about regulatory compliance. If you're going to be in the food and beverage industry, she spoke about health and safety, food safety. Those things are important, right? and I'll throw in some of the nuggets as well. If you want your products to be in certain shelves, you want your product in Pick n Pay, in Checkers and whatever, they're going to want to know, where are you producing this thing? Is it clean? You know, she made a joke. She said, I just sell magwinya, I sell fed cakes. But where are you making those fed cakes? They will come for inspection. So it's not that you are bewitched and you cannot do something and your business is not breaking through. No, are you prepared? Is your environment healthy, and so that people can now patronize you? Because those inspectors want to know that you're not going to have claims. As a business person, one of the things that I remember, Chloe, I hope you don't mind me sharing this story, that when I met you, there was an event at your work, at one of your stores, and a person walked into a glass, the sliding glass. Are you ready for that kind of liability? Do you know how to handle such things? When somebody gets injured in your store, when somebody gets injured or they were handling your product, you can't just go, you know, I'm giving up, or somebody took me to court because they're suing me, they say they've got food poisoning. You need to just know how to navigate these things. And of course, our famous business plan. I know we're still busy with the life plan, but those who are going to be entrepreneurs, your business plan needs to be written. Maybe you've not gone to school. Maybe you don't know how to do the business plan. Chloe is saying there are organizations that will teach you how to do that business plan. Are we learning, guys? Are you commenting? Thank you so much, Sis Ndosh, for the feedback, those of you who are in the comment section. I am grateful to such information for free, and I hope you will use it. I did add her to our mentorship group, and she will answer some of the questions as best as she can. So let's make sure that we maximize. We still got some time. One of the things that I heard her, or as she's speaking, is the mental resilience that is required. And she's speaking about being a leader. You're going to have those leadership skills, that mental resilience to when you don't get paid yourself, but you have to pay salaries. Chloe, talk to us about the loneliness of being an entrepreneur. How draining is it? Is it mentally draining, so that we can get ourselves together? Who has been your mentor? Who is mentoring you, so that the people who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs can also know how to navigate in finding the right mentors? Talk to us about the mental challenges and the resilience required.
Resilience as an entrepreneur. And you know, I had an interview yesterday. Somebody was asking me, what are the biggest things? And I think for me, it's the expectations when I started, business thinking, like family and friends will support me, and that can break you if they don't. And people that are very close to you, including your best friends, they're not even buying, not even one. What makes them taste?
Wow.
So when you've got certain expectations and then you left late along the way to say, no, nobody owes you anything, nobody owes you nothing, nobody owes you to support, not including your siblings and everybody, they don't owe you nothing, because you started that thing and then you need to see it fit. So I had to learn that way. And the other way that I had to learn, and somebody's like, you're talking about so controversial, and I said, no, I'm not. The other way that I learned the hard way is not to hire family friends, but I need to hire people on Reddit. And if somebody comes to you and say, hi, I'm coming to you, Pastor, and I'm like, I need, my child doesn't have things. But then you know that this child, you grew with them, you know that they are troublemakers, that they're going to be toxic in the work environment, that don't. And, like they will guilt trip you by saying, no, but you don't know that this person does this. I mean, I have done it. So I hire people on Reddit, like you do, and you keep on overstepping your boundaries and overstepping your boundaries, your own boundaries that you set. You keep on overstepping them because you try to help. And another thing that also, and I believe that people are here because they're believers, is when you are very selective and but God knows what I have, and I've learned it about it. So people are always going to say, oh, my child doesn't have work, my child doesn't have in. And another thing is that I don't hire I don't hire for skill, I hire for attitude. So because some people might be skilled, very toxic, unmannered, they can destroy you. And then you've got somebody who is got a good attitude, who's got a teachable spirit, who's willing to learn, but who does not have a background of nothing. And then this person you are able to teach, you are able to do that. Because if you hire people who have no manners, negative attitude, that are toxic, it can cost your business a lot. So I hire for attitude first. So it's the biggest thing that I've done. It has worked for me. I have gotten the t-shirt. I have seen that for me, this formula works. And because people that are very skilled, some people, not all of them, that are very skilled, you find that there's a combination. So you should be able to discern between those kind of things. You should be able to, like, for example, when somebody comes to look for a shop, especially these qualified shirts, skills share, yes, I would have advertised a higher position and stuff like that, but then I'll just test somebody by saying that you're going to make money. And then if somebody can start making faces and I'm like, I can't make money, I can't do this, then I can't work with that person. Because if I can make money, if I can work, if I can change the dishes, if I can serve customers, and I think Pastor Fortune knows, you always tell me sit down. If I can sit down and wipe something from a customer when they have made up a mess, and then you telling me that you can't do that, then we can't work together, because I don't have people who work for me, I've got people who work with me. So it's very important that you need to stay humble all the time. I don't appreciate people who look down on people. I don't care whether you stay under the team, whether you stay under, when we work together as a team, whether you've got master's, PhD, whether you've got this, but the moment you start looking down on somebody that you feel like they are lesser than you, we can't work together. Because we are human beings, we learn from each other. I mean, that's just me. And even the people that I work with, yes, they know that when it comes to work, Pastor Fortune says I'm a perfectionist, which I don't believe I am. I start to, well, I believe that when you meet me, even when it was seasonal, something must show that you have met somebody, you have learned something, I've learned something from you. So that's just how I operate business. It might not work for the other people, but I have seen that, and then also support system-wise, and we're talking about, and because why we hear on mental health, because if all those things that you are not doing the things to accept your business and accept you and that make you comfortable, and then trying to do what other people do and what works for them, and then most of the time, copy and paste doesn't work. Copy and paste doesn't work. You need to be able to say, what works for me, try it, test it, and make sure that it works for you and your business, and it will make you take you. And the biggest thing also for mental health is you need support system. And then sometimes, a lot of us, sometimes we come from families where they see you, they see money. So where they see you, they see ATMs. And then we get into places where you are able to have your own tribe of women or men that you meet, and those people will give you support, and they will cover you, they will pray with you, they will comfort you, they will help you. And my experience is that a lot of the time I've been helped by people that in my mind I had never imagined they would be able to assist me. Because those people, they are looked down upon, and then you're like, I don't even know how I'm going to pay this person. And this person comes and say, from here, I'll give you 200,000, you can give it to me in the next year or so. And I'm looking at this person and I'm like, oh, God, what is this? And God has shown me through those kind of things to say, don't underestimate anyone. Don't look down on anyone. So it's like God has sent me a lot of people. So that's why I'm saying that sometimes also it's important to talk. Because a lot of time as entrepreneurs we are ashamed to talk. We bottle things and then because we want to keep this certain standards and then people will be like, no, but you thought she was doing well, why did she close down? Like just yesterday, I think yesterday I called someone and then today she told me that you're not talking your call saved me because when you called, when I saw your call coming, I was just about to do myself because she feels that everything, so the business was not doing well now, December, January, they are just calling to take her car and then all those kind of things. And then she's the first entrepreneur, she's very young. And then I had to sit her down, I had to make sure, and even today, because I had a whole lot of things that were happening, I think she was one of the people who I actually sat with her and like, we can't do this. And, like I had to make sure that she's okay. I mean, she's young, she's not even 30. She just left her job last year too, and things were going well. Put all her savings into the business. She didn't get paid. I mean, some of us, we veterans in these things, when we don't get paid, we cry, when you pass, Lord, I've got a heart attack, we talk about it. But one thing that we just find something, find an outlet. It's very important. And I think another thing, if everybody, all of you are having a phone right now, there's one app that helps you, and it's a mental health. It's called October Health. If you can download that October Health can whether it's your family or anything else in terms of mental health. It's a group of psychologists. You are able to talk to them at any time. You don't have to pay anything. They will guide you on what to do. If you need hospitalization or any other thing that you need to get into them. That's my best friend, October Health. That's my best friend, but firstly, God first, then October Health. Because prayer solves a lot of problems. Being closer to God has helped me not to give up and surrounding myself with the people that are very supportive, that won't judge you as an individual when you are going through stuff, when you are about to give up, people that don't judge you. I think it's very important. And if you can, today, and you are going through stuff, you need to kind of follow psychologists because being an entrepreneur sometimes it means that you have to sacrifice a whole lot of things. And then there's this app called October Health. You can navigate through it and get help from there. And when you feel like there is nothing, you pray and also seek help from professionals. And in October 4th and then 24/7 psychologists will be there. So you shouldn't be shy about these things that they are there. But also October Health is one of those things as entrepreneurs. We've got children, we've got siblings that are going through stuff. And then if you are on that app, you are able to help your family through the national cost. It's one of those things that I have, and I'm so achieving you are familiar with it because at these schools they recommend it because researchers can drive you nuts. So it's yes, October Health, So it's an app called October Health. You can download it whether you've got a child or a parent or a sibling or anybody that you know that is struggling with something, and they can afford psychologists. They can be able to upload that. And a lot of entrepreneurs can afford to go to be psychologists, psychiatrists and stuff. And that's an app that has been developed to assist such, whether you are in academia or you are in business or any other problem, but they are there to help, they are very helpful. So those are the kind of things, that's how I deal with my mental health. Besides helping me with calls, Pastor Botru, telling me about things that I very well understand. I can't keep fighting with things that I don't understand. But you need to, and you don't need to be shy about it. And sometimes you can feel when people are irritated about you, you are able to choose the people, your tribe, And I always say to people, blood is not always thicker than water. You can have family outside of your blood. The majority of a lot of people that I've met that are entrepreneurs, a lot of them are destroyed by families, a lot of them are destroyed by friends, a lot of them are destroyed by people that are close circles and stuff like that. It's very painful. It's very painful sometimes because the truth that we don't face as entrepreneurs or as people that are in business. And yeah, so entrepreneurship for me, it's an awesomely painful journey.
Awesomely painful journey, my gosh. I hope I haven't strained you, because me, I can talk for 3 hours. I know you said to me, Pastor, 45 minutes. Are you strained yet? You must tell me, you must nudge me, because I can keep you talking forever. You're still fine.
I'm hoping I'm not wasting your guys' time.
No, you see, you mentioned that I'm even jealous of October Health now, in a good way. We need a PBP app that he can go to anytime. Guys, I heard you need the support structure. She emphasized it a couple of times. The right support structure, but don't be so dependent on other people that you are not functional, right? No one owes you anything, because sometimes we get to depend too much on family members or friends. Those people can disappoint you. I know what you're talking about, Chloe. You'll think that you will get orders back and forth from them, but they just never buy anything. So don't be discouraged by that. So you see, seasoned entrepreneurs have gone through that, you just continue. Friends that don't buy, right? Those toxic people, avoid toxic people. Avoid toxic people that have a sense of entitlement, thinking that you have to give them a job. And often you will find that even from family members and relatives that think that you're going to give them a job. The other day I even taught on PBP that just because you're a family member, it doesn't mean I have to now boost you in the workplace where I am, because if you've got a bad attitude or bad personality, you're going to ruin my reputation. I've got nothing to lose, and I'm not going to try and lose my good reputation. And she spoke about the reputation of your business being at risk because you now employ these people. And she spoke about she employs for attitude. She says, I think there was a nice way that it was captured out, and I'll get to it when I'm reading through these notes. Don't spend too much of yourself in terms of, you end up overstepping your boundaries. Now you are compromising because you're trying to embrace everybody. You're trying to make everybody happy, right? Hire for attitude. Yes, that's what she said. Avoid toxic people. Blood is not necessarily thicker than water, okay? So if your family members don't understand, it's okay, it's cool. And she spoke about choosing your tribe. Choose your tribe very well. Okay, and she spoke about speaking up when you're drowning, speaking up when you need help. Find an outlet, because there are those seasons where you're just going to have to vent. You're going to have to just say, you know what, enough is enough. She spoke about destiny helpers that came and helped her. Help often comes from directions and people that we never thought possible, and that is true. That resonated with me very well. Attitude is the winner. Don't look down on anyone. These are the comments that are coming from the chat section, Chloe. Attitude is the winner. Don't look down on anyone. Very important. You never know how you rise, right? The gate man might be the person that you rise. The security guy, anybody can help you rise, right? Okay, I've got that, Ma'am Chloe. Sorry, Ma'am Shelley. I've got that question. I'm going to raise it now with her now. Chloe, you can start thinking about this question. What would be the best capital to start with for a business or grants that can assist? What would be the best capital to start with for a business or grants can assist, right? That's a question. And my other take home was copy and paste does not necessarily work. And she spoke something that was so funny for me. It says, you are not an ATM. Family members will put pressure on you. And don't feel compelled that you must now be spending because they're saying you are Miss Business and you are a businesswoman. You know, don't behave like you are goody two shoes. It's your money. You worked for it. You don't have to spend it on everybody willy-nilly. You don't have to spend it on people who don't appreciate. You don't have to, if you don't see the return on investment, you don't have to. So you're going to have to be wise, right? Valencia says willing to take the risk and learn new things. You must be willing to take a risk and learn new things, right? Don't break your business with family members. Hire people with a teachable spirit. Hire people with good manners. It's amazing. Okay, I've got 2 other new messages. I think we are flowing into the questions. So I've got that one question. Family members who do not have the same vision on the business, yes, don't try it. And I know sometimes we just say, as long as I have my relative, they won't do me in, and that could be the death of you. You've got that question, Chloe? How do you apply for capital or grants for a startup business? What would be the best capital to start with? I think it depends on the nature of the business, no?
It really depends. On some businesses really, like there's some businesses that you can like start online. You just have to use your thing, and there are some businesses that you can do. And I think right now with the rise of AI and AI tools that can help you do your business plan. So I think it really depends. It really depends on what you want to do. There are certain businesses that there are certain grants or funding that they want you to have operated for 12 months. And I think for me, I always say, if I had a business idea, I would have registered the business and then just let it gain the years by the time I want to start. But you have to keep on doing those returns on CIPC so that you can keep it active. So that at least when you start at a startup, when they look at the registration year, you have a couple of 12 months or so. So I always, and it's one of the biggest things that I always tell people that when you've got a business idea, what is still looking for it, don't wait to register the business at the time that you want to start applying to. Register it and then just keep on yearly doing your CIPC.
Annual financial statements, yes.
Statements where you can just zero them or do whatever. Because you won't be any return anyway, then do your declarations. And then by the time you are able to see the business that is going, that you have registered, and then when they say it has to be this month, and sometimes you realize that sometimes they don't really, they look at the year of registration and they're like, okay, and then just build your thing.
Excellent. There is another follow-up question. What Chloe mentioned is very important, guys. Listen to this. You have an idea, go and register the business. Those of you who were in the life plan class last week, what did I say? Everybody needs to register a business because you never know when you're ready, it will fall in. Why? You need the years. A business that has started in 2000 has got a better chance of being looked at as being a business that is potentially been around. You need that mileage. I think also when you submit for proposals, they don't want somebody who just registered a company yesterday or last month. They might still take you, you might still get the deal, but you need leverage. That's why other people buy shelf companies, but also that comes with its own complications. What Chloe is saying, you have an idea, register the business, keep it on the Berg banner. What do you need to do to sustain it? You need to resuscitate it every year. You need to file your annual returns with CIPC. Basically, you are submitting your zero return. I did not make any income this year, no problem. It's a 0-0. You pay your 50 Rand, life continues. I think it's 150 now. So if you don't know how to do it, ask somebody. Ask me, ask any of us. We will tell you, we will help you navigate. We will help you, show you that this is what you do, right? If you are in the mentorship class, we'll show you. If you're not, we'll charge you. Did somebody ask a question?
No, sorry to interject. It's also very easy. Also, I mean, people charge people and I'm going to register businesses.
And it's okay.
Yeah, but a lot of people sometimes don't have. Like I always say, when you are in business, you also need to extend some sort of because like pay it forward. Because a lot of us are not succeeding because we copy paste. You don't want to share information.
Sure.
I always say, if you don't want to share information about your business, and if anybody can speak your business idea, then you need to work hard on it. You need to keep on improving it. Because nobody can something good, because you are the one who knows how to execute that thing. And they will never execute it the way you had planned it. They can copy, they can do stuff, but I mean, the pie is bigger. I believe in paying it forward. I believe in people that are in the same business as I am. I share information. And another thing is that I believe in collaboration. Collaboration right now is the biggest currency. If you can't collaborate with people, you are doomed.
Collaboration, another important one, right? Work with people, don't hoard information. That is why we're having these sessions, so that we don't hoard information. We're sharing it with you, and we're saying we know the tools, and where we do know those tools, we're willing to share it with you. We're willing to show you. But you must understand that sometimes you're going to have to pay school fees in this journey of entrepreneurship. And if you don't take time to research and arm yourself with knowledge and come to sessions like this, you're going to pay somebody, and you're going to pay an arm and a leg. You're going to pay somebody 5,000, something that would have cost you 250 rands, literally. So find out, how do I do it? How do I do it, right? So yeah, what was the other question? I see confirmations that Chilizi says, I started my company Lufuno Love exactly like that. I loved it. You just start, right? Don't just be an entrepreneur unskilled. Okay, skill yourself. I think you want to say skill yourself with basic finance knowledge, tax and other skills. And sometimes, don't say I can't comprehend or I'm not educated, I can't grasp these things. No, come until we explain in layman terms. Even me, some of the things, when I don't understand, I'd rather have Chloe explain it 15 times until I get it. Be willing to learn. And she said share information, because it's a seed. When you share and empower others and it's not costing you anything to share it, why I said you will have to pay for it is because other people sell your what is in your mind. You sell information, you might be in a field where you sell information, and if you are a person that is running a company that registers companies for other people, it's okay, you charge for it, right? And then, but if you are like here, Chloe is saying, I'm willing to share the information and tell you that this is how you can do it for free. Especially when you don't have the capital, you don't have to strain yourself and say, I'm gonna die. It's very cheap. How much is it to register a company now? Is it 250? Have a teachable spirit. Carry yourself as a brand. I love that. How can one make their business? Oh, the questions are coming fast now. I need to keep up. How can one make their business look legitimate to consumers, especially in today's industry where there are scams? Do you want to take that one?
I think a lot of times, it's simple things. Be visible. Be visible. If you don't know how to be visible, ask for help from people. And I think majority of the time we are afraid to ask for help, but then be visible. Be visible in your social media, because sometimes when people are searching for you and they can't find you, they ask themselves if this is not a scam. If you can even have a one-page website, because majority of the people, and there's also one tool that I always encourage people to use, Google My Business. Google My Business, there are a lot of people that are not on our social media space, and a lot of people are doing business the whole way and don't underestimate. Register your business on Google, you become legitimate, you allow people to review you, or you should be visible, you should be accessible, you should be, so you can't have a business profile that you then hidden, that is private. So why do you have that? Why you have to ask people you have to then unblock people to see you. So you should be very accessible. Promote it. I mean, right now there are free platforms where you can promote your business, and if you don't know, ask AI to assist you in terms of writing certain things. And if you don't know how to use AI, we are here to assist you accessible. Leverage these free social media tools. Open yourself up to learning on how to do that.
Excellent. So one of the other things that you could do, if you've got a name of a business that you want to register that trademark. It's not as expensive when you actually walk to the offices of CIPSI. I know that IP attorneys will make it sound like it's so complicated. It's very easy. Ask a question. You've got the tools, you've got the people here, mentees. I can guide you. You go to CIPSI. I'm not going to do it for you, but I'm showing you a cheaper way. Some of these things, it's better that you go there yourself. You might find a very nice lady over the counter who says, okay, cool, you complete this form. Don't be shy. Go for it. And I think also, Valencia, do the right thing so often that the people can see that one is a scam. They will eventually see visibility. Chloe spoke about visibility. Guys, in this day and age, you have no business hiding from social media. Whether you think you don't look cute or not, you have to be visible. Your business has to be visible. And you keep on making content. You keep on being visible. One thing about Chloe that I know, whether it's her content or her son is a chef. How old is Rati, Chloe? 11. Chloe, are you there?
Sorry, I was muted. He's 11 years old.
Rati is 11. You must see. When I'm going to ask you to follow Chloe, and I'm going to ask you to follow Rati as well. He's 11 years old. He is a celebrity chef already, and he posts content every single day. The mother makes sure that he's a child. He likes playing and all these things, but Rati knows he needs to show up. Weekends, they are at markets, they are at presentations, they are on TV, he's cooking. You have to put yourself out there. You can't hide. We don't know your business. We want to know, right? Okay, and sorry, just to answer another question, it's 225 rands to register the whole thing for a company, you yourself, including the name reservation. We'll talk about that another day, go deeper there. You're a speaker, Chloe. How often do you speak, and how do you hold classes? What is your main focus? That's the one question. I don't know whether you want me to give you one by one and then we just move on to the next. I don't want to complicate it. Do you hold classes? Do you talk to people? Do you coach people?
I think
Not yet. She's overloaded. Let me tell the truth right now. between your... Yeah.
I think I'm going to share a bit about my personality, and it's also important to understand your personality and to insights on your personality. Right? I speak a lot around people that I'm comfortable with. So sometimes when I'm comfortable, when you get into that setup, and then you find me talking, and there are a lot of people that don't really speak a lot. I'm actually an introvert. So it takes me a lot to engage and to get into engagements because I'm doing something out of my comfort zone. I had to learn to do things out of my comfort zone because I found myself in environments that require me to express myself and to speak. And then therefore it takes a lot out of me to be able to do that. So I had to find mechanisms that will help me because then, accidentally you find yourself being called to talk. Oh, while you're still talking, they say, you need to plug TV or you need to do this. Oh, while you still do that, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And then I think it's not something that, and I think, Pastor, I normally tell you that I don't feel like doing this thing. It takes a lot of me. After speaking, I'm going to be tired, my body is stiff, it's whatever. So when people look at me, they think I do this thing with ease. But it's actually a very difficult thing for me to do. I try myself, I have to work on certain insecurities that I have as an individual to be able to overcome certain things. But when I do insights and people that know me, I'm actually an introverted person who has to work out of that to make it feel like I'm an extrovert. And sometimes you end up overdoing it because you really are trying to do something that is not you, that is you are acting out of character, and it's that. So it takes a little bit of. I do speak. It depends depends. I charge depending on what, depending on really what it is. Some of the things, and especially township, rural, some other organizations, I don't really charge. I give back, but if it's big on an organization, it requires me to do research, it requires me to work a lot, spend significant amount, I'm going to charge for my hours. But if it's something that, something like tonight, obviously not, it really depends. But I always believe that if you've got talent and then if you've got, you know that there's something that you can share with people, if you can monetize it and if you know that it's of value to people, because our time is available, monetize it if you can. And then if you feel it's something that you can do, by the way, and then it's the time that you can give away and do that. But if you can monetize it, it depends on that. I charge certain things, but I'm not big on charging as yet, but I do lately, and unfortunately lately I do a lot of speaking engagements, and especially outside the country, outside the things, like as the Fortune said, I just came back from Egypt, I'm going to China. From China I'll be going to where am I going? To Malaysia.
Malaysia.
And then this way in March, but it's also because I put myself out there, and sometimes when you go through stuff, it's that vulnerability where people are saying, oh, in actual fact, people can learn from your experiences, people can learn, and you also go into these spaces to go and learn something, and people are taking you to say, oh, we have been talking about this, and then you can also do. And then, yeah, so that's what I do. I do speak, but majority of the time, I don't charge. I give back, but I charge when the work requires me to do something that, if I have to do research, I have to pay for certain things, I have to do, I have to travel, I have to do that. In that way, then I'll charge. But if it's something that requires me to be online or it's local and I've got time to do this, then I'll do it.
If I ask you nicely, you do it for free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's other questions here. Let's check. This one says, do you have a dedicated specialist that helps you with your social media to promote? How do you use the question is, sorry, let me read it properly. How do you use social media to promote your company? Do you have a dedicated specialist?
People actually think I have. I don't. I've always, every morning when you wake up, I literally my post. When you go to LinkedIn, I'm all over there for sure. And I think that's why people think I'm an extrovert. I write well, even if I say so myself.
Pat yourself on the back, gal.
Yeah, so I write well. I express myself well in writing. I'm not social media shy. I use social media to things. I would hardly. Somebody was when I give you. If I put something personal on social media, I use my personal pages, and those who follow me, they understand. I use my personal pages for business. So if you also follow me on social media, I always say to people, if you see me on social media, when you go to LinkedIn, when you go to Facebook, Instagram, you're going to see one person. And another problem that I always say to people that you can't be 4 people in one.
Powerful.
When you get to Instagram, you have to be this person. When you go to social media, when you go to Facebook, you see a different person. When you go to LinkedIn, you see this. And then when people are looking for you, they're like, who is this person? Who is this person? And people will be like, no, social media, Facebook is for the streets. No, Facebook is not for the streets. People have decided to do Facebook for the streets because most of the time when we interview, when we want to talk, we'll be like, no, we're listening, we're typing, we're checking you up on social media, we're checking you how you behave, we're checking you the type of things that you say, and then we'll be smiling with you and say, we'll call you back, knowing exactly that we will call you back, either because we can't find who you are, or because we are very confused of who you are on social media, because across all your social media platform, there is schizophrenia of some sort, and then you are not consistent, and therefore that sometimes work against people. A lot of people learn that habit to say you need to be consistent across all your social media pages, because a lot of people like me trying so hard to be like other people, be yourself, and you know when you're acting, because normally when you're acting out of character, you always make mistakes. I don't know when I of character. I make mistakes. Be consistent on your social media pages. If you go to all my social media pages, I don't call my names, I don't have a hidden name. It's all my people on all my social media pages, and all the information that I post is consistent.
That's very powerful. I think one of the things that I realized quite early after adopting the name Fortunel Online, my handle, I realized that if I was going to be a brand, I need to be consistent throughout. So she mentioned some powerful things about being the same person across. You can't have different accounts coming across as a different person here and there. Be consistent. You can't be on one social media going biri marung and then on another media you are saying something else. So that consistency, that cleanness, so even if in your personal page it must resonate with your business brand, that at least things match. I'm not saying, I don't think she was saying don't have a personal page, but whatever she's even doing on her personal page will not contradict what her brand stands for, what Breadbox stands for, right? I hope you were answered, Ma'am Shelley. You can make a follow-up call if you are not covered anywhere there. But yeah, she doesn't have a specialist. I should mention as well, she works very closely with her husband, Tatelo Dwaba, who is magical with the camera. And I cannot take away from Chloe. Chloe and her cell phone. You have an iPhone, right? Yeah, but guys, don't go in and just stretch yourself. If you got a good phone, I think if you're going to be in social media, if you're a business person, try and invest on a good tool that's going to help you. If it's a camera phone, even if it's an Android, let it have good camera quality that you can use, because people get turned off when the quality is not that good, right? If you cannot do video streaming, start with pictures. If your camera can do awesome pictures, you do awesome pictures. If it's content you're putting up, maybe from a computer, use, just focus on your writing. Chloe said, look, she's a good writer. Let words speak for you. Let words speak for you and describe your business. One thing that I saw between them as a couple, they complement each other. Chloe on video, amazing. She can take, what do you call them, a reel? Yeah, they call them reels, right? She can make a reel in 2 minutes that I could never, it will probably take me an hour or two. Did we have to learn these things? Yes. So you're a business person, you might not be able to afford a public relations company right off the bat. You're going to have to learn these other things, and you're going to have to make the best of it. If you've got an Android, you're going to have to make the best of the Android until you get to the one that you can use, because it doesn't help you have an iPhone, you don't know how to use it, But she's one person that I saw who has actually, I don't know whether she sat down and studied the iPhone properly, but it does wonders for her. Her content, I think she uses more of it. And she just goes for quality and excellence, and she's looking out. It's just amazing. I don't know, I can talk all day, but I just want to get to the other questions. She's amazing. The husband believes in excellence. I haven't even spoken enough of their products as well. You see the packaging. She's invested in packaging her products properly. This is a woman, I don't think you even spoke enough about what you did during COVID. She has these instant, these things that you can go, when you go to the shops, they call Ina Paman's thing, these ready mixes that are for baking and all these things. This is somebody who was innovative to go start those kind of products. And she packaged them. She worked out formulas, and she said, okay, I'm not going to say there's an Ina Paman and I'm not going to be on the same shelf. She says, no, I'm going to also make sure that Breadbox scone mix is on the shelf, Breadbox Magunya mix is on the shelf, Breadbox cake mix is on the shelf. She's got all that. And she's black. And she comes from the same neighborhoods that we came from. So if she can did it, we can also did it. Right? So we've answered that one. There was a question about when one wants to open a store in the future, is it a must that for a business to be registered? Chloe will comment on this, but Valencia, truly, there are businesses that will not give you business unless you are a registered business. That is why the credibility that comes from that registration number, that you've been around longer. I personally don't hire people that are like fly by nights, or it looks like you only started yesterday. You're going to have to, it takes a lot for you to convince me that you are truly a credible business that has been around longer, or you know what you're doing. People don't typically want to do business with sole proprietors because they're saying, I don't know whether you're going to fall down. If I give you my deposit, will you show up tomorrow? So it's sometimes better, it looks better when you're looking like a company, you're looking credible, that they can at least give you the deposit you're going to be able to deliver. But if you're looking as if you are scrumpy and you look like you are poor and you look like you are begging for their money, it just looks somehow, you know what I mean? You don't want to give somebody money. You want to give people a chance, but that's why I think as an entrepreneur, how you carry yourself is very important, that you don't come across as if you are begging. Because if you are begging, they say, this one, she doesn't, or if you begin to say, yo, give me the business, I didn't have even money for taxi to come for this meeting and all these things. So you're saying I must give you 10,000 rands deposit. Are you not going to use it to pay all the other debts? I don't know. Chloe, you want to weigh in there so that we can start wrapping up? We're gonna wrap up. No, Valencia, you must finish these other things first before you buy the iPhone. Chloe, am I right concerning the issue of registering your business?
Yes, me too. And then also, obviously, comply with the municipality bylaws. You want to, you are trading, you said, registering CIPC, you have to have a trading license. That's one thing. Yeah, you have to have a trading license that can be acquired in your local municipality. So you are required to register unless you consider yourself to have an informal business. But remember, informal business, you are not able to spread your wings, you are not able to do other things, you are not able to get these non-financial services that we're talking about. So you are limited in that way in your growth.
Very important, guys. Did you hear that? To get access to those free trainings that she was talking about, you have to be a registered business. They don't want non-informal sector people. It ain't gonna work, right? They wanna know that you're going to be serious, that you're going to be a taxpayer, that you're gonna register. She spoke about registering for your business license with your local municipality. There's a lot of these things. I think what we need to do later, I hope you are making notes, we're going to have to break down, maybe have sessions, even when I'm traveling, you guys must get together and you will have a quick 30-minute section where you are just discussing what is applied for where. Business licenses that are required, what is that, what does it look like? Let's put that together, and so that people can understand this more. So we mustn't assume that people understand these things. Any more questions before we wrap up? Any more questions? You can unmute your microphone and ask verbally if you're lazy to type, but I know that you are entrepreneurs, you want to practice typing. Any question? You can unmute and ask the question or give a comment to Sis Chloe before I do the wrap up. Going once. Are you guys not able to unmute? Anybody? You're good? Guys, if you are sleeping, if I catch you.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Ask them.
Yes, my dear, go ahead.
When we started, Sis Chloe said that she...
Who's asking now? Sorry, I don't know who's speaking.
It's Shirley.
Oh, okay. Hi, Sis Shirley. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Sis Chloe says when she started her business, she got women from the street and taught them. I just have an interest to ask her that, where are they? Are they developed? And does she have got the monitoring system to track them where they are? And how many were they? And now, yeah, she did say that some of them will fall on the way. But it will be also very nice to know that, is that a program that she is dedicated to? almost every year? Is it paid annually or every 3 years or so? Just so that you develop and then say you are developed, go and fly. Thank you.
Well, like it's not something that I do. Like I think it's something that I just did out of like it was just something random that I did. And yes, the people are still very much with me. And the other one from 8 years ago or 9 years ago, she's still there. She's in the kitchen. She's one of the master bakers forever. Let me call her. She'll tell you that. You are.
Kiriboni is still at work this time. You guys are workers, eh? You are hard workers.
No, I don't really know the shop closes next time, so it's the lunch.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've got different shifts. Hey, you guys are busy. This is a good thing. Mosquito is chopping me here. God is great.
Okay, so I'm also so yes, Kidiboni, and when Kidiboni started, she didn't know the difference between flour and baking powder. But now she's a graduate from one of the culinary schools that we took her to do grant funding for this person.
Hi, Kitty. How are you, Kitty? I'm fine. Do you enjoy working at Bread Box? 10 years. Wow, quite a journey, hey?
So I don't know if I'm going to for a job somewhere else, and then she said, I was like, yo, I tried to get her job. She's like, no, I'm fine here. So she's there. Some of them are still here. Some of them have started their own businesses because, we don't, I always say when you want to go far as the business leader, one thing that I've never learned along my journey is to hire entrepreneurial people because they will work for you as if it's their own businesses.
That's
So
true.
never shy away from hiring somebody saying, I'm doing cakes, I'm selling them on the side and stuff like that, because those people understand what it is. For the fact that they came from somewhere and they try to, and this mindset of saying they'll still have ideas and stuff, it doesn't work. You would see when somebody is this. So I always say to people, hire people that are entrepreneurial. Whether they have started their own business or not, but you can feel when somebody is entrepreneurial. And also, when you work with people, allow them to have an exit option, where they don't have to be reliant on you. That's exactly what we're teaching them. But this thing has changed. It's something that I think naturally maybe it's built in me. We monitor them, we're still in contact with the others. Some of them have started their own businesses, they're doing very well, and then respective provinces. And some of them actually are overseas, and we have helped them go overseas. So also allowing people to be able to tell them their aspirations. So the first thing, sometimes when I hire people, I ask them, yes, you brought your CV, you are working there, but what is it that you want? Because sometimes we hire people, yes, because they want money, but then we also need to be aware and recognize their talents and their skills, because somebody might come here as a cleaner and then not really a cleaner. And there are certain things. There was the lady who I hired as a cleaner that picked up the things, but when we have a conversation, I realized that no, there's something about this person. I asked, a lot of things. What did you work? Because I've asked her to do stuff and then she'll do it with ease. And then that actually, I got interested because a lot of times it's like you don't pay attention to people. You don't pay, because if I hire somebody as a cleaner, we're going to look at that person as a cleaner. You need to pay attention because sometimes you will miss someone, you will miss the mark in the process of your hiring. So that's exactly what I do. And in doing that, opening myself up in that way, obviously being careful, you have to, then you meet agents like Kidiboni and the others that, have come across. And I also believe that, being able, I don't have a lot of staff turnover. When people are needed, they say no. And it's also how you treat people, that work with you.
Powerful. Any more questions? Any more comments? Is there anybody who wants to say something? Okay. Awesome stuff. And I'm going to give you an opportunity. Sorry? Introduce yourself.
I just wanted to, Shirley,
Yes.
I wanted to say to you, Pastor and Mayor Masuhono, you know what? You have act out something, my creativity, my trust in myself, and I really feel that, you know, it starts with me. You talked about a mindset. It starts with me so that I can achieve, and I need to be committed to achieve whatever that I am thinking for myself. And I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mom Shelley. We really, really appreciate. Thank you so much. I see it, Chiliti. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Sisintosha, I appreciate the words. Guys, I'm going to give you another chance because I want us. I'm all about the PR, right? In the Fortunel Online WhatsApp group, you're going to comment. In the mentorship group, you're going to comment so that we can charge other people up so that they don't give up on their dreams, you know. By now, I would have cut some of them off because they've not showed up on some of the lectures, but we are saying we are going to give them another chance. But I just want to take this moment and to say thank you so much. It was an absolutely powerful session. It was an absolutely insightful session. Krochi, my baby, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you for sharing practical strategies. I know so many people are going to leave this session inspired. They're going to leave this session equipped to take their businesses to another level. Those that did not have a business, they're going to take it to another level. And as we even go to the WhatsApp groups, I'm going to ask every single person to write down what your takeaways were, because I want us to show Sis Krochi that we know what we're talking about and we were listening, we were attentive. Some of the key takeaways that I took from this session was resilience is key. Tough seasons will come, but they don't define your future. You need to keep pushing. Innovation keeps you relevant. Always be willing to adapt and always be willing to evolve. And what she kept on re-emphasizing is that community matters. It takes a lot for you to just say, I'm going to take people that don't even know me, I don't know them, they're not even paying me, but I'm going to teach them and I'm going to bring them closer. So she said, entrepreneurship is not a solo journey. She said we must surround ourselves with mentors, surround ourselves with networks, surround ourselves with like-minded individuals, right? So let us make sure that we take these learnings and go and implement them. I'm so inspired. I think tomorrow I'm even going to pray for business people and entrepreneurs. They need some wake-up call. They need a shake-up. They need to be part of our blaze, clearly, you know. So there's so many things that I learned today. My God. She wants to franchise. Somebody said they want a bread box franchise. Krohi, you are reading the comments. I hope you are checking there. We want a franchise business of the bread box.
I get that a lot, and no, I get we get that a lot, and I don't know, but for some reason people think we've got so many.
But maybe this is God talking to say maybe you need to spread your wings like that.
Yeah, so we are currently busy because, you know, like franchising, you need to make sure that your systems are proper. You know, you need to make sure that your systems are proper, because if the systems are not proper, you're going to frustrate the franchisees.
Yeah, true that.
So hopefully in the next coming year or so, we do. But we also, I think in the next year, I'll see that maybe at your permission, but the ones that are here, if they're able to come, maybe to experience it live, and will be able to use them so that they can experience products live and everything else that we do.
Wow. Do you want them as a group, or you will tell me whether they can come individually or as a group? Maybe it would be nice as a group.
The ones that they've attended here, I see.
Correct.
There's never been anybody that I normally look when I speak if there's anybody drops out of there.
I think let's screenshot. I want to screenshot who's really here. Let's screenshot the names.
And I think before we can just have it's a kind of similar height where we can organize yourselves and Shelley, if you are in Cape Town, we can have a hybrid, so it's fine. So technology, you still feel like you are in the room, but if God willing, maybe you are able to help us. We can organize these kind of sessions. We can get speakers that you can get for free in the room that charge an annual link.
Yes.
We can just look for a date, and I'm not sure if a majority of the people are able to do during the week, because a lot of these speakers, if you want to get them during the week when they are less busy, because when it goes to, but it's doable. So I think maybe all leads Pastor Foshu, we can do so, and I think before end of March, we should be able to organize, if it's too early, we'll welcome your date, and then be able to bring the mentees and other people that maybe are not in the program that are in this platform to really take this thing further and do that. I think that's the little that I can do for everyone.
This is so amazing. Are you hearing it ablaze? Ooh, PBP and ablaze. We're on fire. We really welcome it, Chloe, and I'm honored. I think we're going to work with you with a date, and we are going to come to the Bread Box headquarters. Guys, if you want something bad enough, you're gonna travel, right? Shaylee, we understand she's in Cape Town. So the people that are here, we're gonna make an effort. I've screenshotted the names. Those who fell off the chat, we were many at the beginning. It shows it's not everybody that goes up. Some people are tired, they went to sleep. Some of us have been awake since 2 o'clock in the morning, but we are here. So this is about commitment, guys. So this is how we move, right? So this is going to be an interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah. So just to recap as I close, and Chloe, how do they get hold of you on social media? What is your social media handle? Matlogonolo with a TLH, THL or TLH? MATLHOGONOLO Ledwaba, Matlogonolo Ledwaba, across all social media channels, the Bread Box Bakery and Studio. Guys, you must share the conversation. I'm going to run the broadcast once only after this, not today perhaps, but tomorrow, and I want to thank you that you have tuned in. I'm going to just summarize one more time everything, and then we are off to bed and to rest, and having an entrepreneur mind, you become sleepless. That's true. You just can't stop, right? But right from the beginning, we met a lady. Yes, dear.
Another thing what helps, Pastor, is that I think when we do that meeting, and then maybe because when you do your what you call the individual or whatever, just maybe a sense of what really pleasing, what people want to do, because normally people get into engagements and then yes, it was powerful, it was good, but they don't really get what they wanted. But you can have the sense of what is pressing, whether it's mental health, whether it's whatever issues that people then see, and how it can be packaged so that everybody comes up with something out of that engagement. It's not just like having food and people talked, but one leaves empty out of that because it was not necessarily, addressing what they want. We know that we can't address everybody, but maybe we can have a sense of,
Okay, guys, so please send through the messages, even in the WhatsApp group for the mentorship. Send me a message and tell me what is pressing you want to talk to. And even if you need a one-on-one kind of a thing, Chloe is extending herself. You see how nice people are. These are the people that support. You see how networking helps. So she's extending her hand and she's saying, I will make sure that I make myself available to help out so that we can address things that are specific. Guys, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. There's many topics we're going to cover. You're even going to meet in Tatel Dwaba. There is so much coming. It's going to be loaded, right? But I just want to appreciate Chloe, and I want to appreciate the gift of God that is upon her life. And I want to thank you for having answered the call to leave corporate world, and for you to being an example for us that you chose to go to full-time entrepreneurship. It's not for everybody, right? But it's for those who are on this broadcast and that are saying, I am brave enough, right? And thank you for showing us the journey that you've traveled through, right? I'm sure it was exciting. And, you know, when I was listening to you, I could hear that, and sometimes it was exciting, sometimes it was terrifying. And you took us through the challenges you went through. You took us through the financial instability. You told us about the times when you could not get yourself to be paid. You couldn't pay yourself. There's no paycheck. Guys, entrepreneurship means that there might be no benefits you are seeing off the bat right at the beginning. You just having, you know, that whole journey of an unpredictable income. Are you willing to pay the price? There is no steady paychecks. Chloe went through a season where she had to redefine her identity and find herself, right? She might have looked like the accidental entrepreneur, but she was just stepping into who God had called her to be. If you are going to be an entrepreneur, one of the learnings I'm taking from this session tonight is that you are going to be responsible for every decision. You are now going to be responsible for every failure. It's not like you've got a boss who takes the fall for it, but you as an entrepreneur, you are the one who's leading your business. You are the one who's taking the decisions. You are the one, when there's failure, you're going to have to say, it is an event, but it's not me. I'm not a failure. I can rise up from this. You're going to have to take responsibility of every success that comes from it as well, right? So the challenge also that she took us through the journey of building credibility as a business. When you start, people may not know you. You're going to have to work twice as hard to prove yourself. You're going to work twice as hard. Challenges are just growth opportunities in disguise. So challenges will come, but we soldier on, right? We soldier on. We spoke so many times about, I think the questions that came concerning the cash that you need. Cash flow is the lifeblood of the business. And she took us the times of survival. One of the survival strategies that she spoke to when she was working at Tramshed, when she was still a student, she needed to pay for fees or something like that. And she was working as a packer. Imagine, for me, I'm already seeing the skills transfer. Packaging in Tramshed Woolworths, and you now are packaging your own products. Now you see that everything, there is nothing that is a mistake in a child of God's life. That thing that you thought was punishment or I'm just managing, no. You are going to use that skill somewhere. Because it is that skill that I believe has shaped her, even in terms of quality. What is the quality required in terms of the packaging I need from my product? It is skill. Everything connects, right? And guys, if you're going to start, don't start too big. Don't go start and say, I'm going to invest on an iPhone. Start lean. Focus on your operations becoming lean. Work with what you have. Cut out unnecessary expenses from your budget and all these things, right? And if you are dealing with suppliers, negotiate better terms. Chloe can talk. Trust me. In the small space that I got to know her when she joined PBP, I got to learn that this lady is a hustler and she negotiates, she gets what she wants. And you heard her talking repeatedly and says, keep knocking on those doors until they know your name. That when they know, somebody says, do you know Matlokonolole? They just say, just approve that proposal. If you want peace of mind, approve it fast. I hope you learned. What did she do? She went and monetized a talent. I don't know whether you want to call it a talent or as something that she was doing every day in her house. She was cooking, she was baking with her grandma, and she took those skills and she multiplied them and she monetized them, right? Baking was the core. But that baking was it was a core that introduced the master classes that she does. It was the core, but it introduced the business coaching. It introduced the collaborations, right? So she begins to do what? She begins to have multiple streams of income. She's not just a baker. She's not just a chef. She's not just cooking, right? and she taught us about adopting a mindset that is problem solving, a problem solving mindset. Am I a problem solver? Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Embrace failure as a feedback. Is the failure a feedback? It's not a setback. It's feedback that I'm getting. It's feedback that I'm getting that this didn't go well. She kept on talking about scenarios where she bent her fingers in following certain things, and she learned that maybe I shouldn't have started with vet here. Maybe I shouldn't have done 1, 2, 3, right? I learned that you need to develop resilience. There will be days when you feel like quitting. And she says every day or every second day she feels like quitting, but she doesn't have a choice. And what happens, what sustains you? It is discipline. Discipline. You might not be motivated enough to continue or to keep going, but discipline. And she has that long-term vision. You must have a long-term vision. Don't get discouraged by today's struggles, because you focus on the bigger picture. What is coming tomorrow? You are focusing on the bigger picture. Dream big, dream outside of the box, focus on scaling your business. And she spoke to us about the systems and the people and the consistency that is needed for your business to scale up, right? Build those strong processes. Focus on the people that you can go the extra mile with. Don't focus on the people that are going to be burning your reputation or breaking your reputation, or even people that you cannot go the extra mile with, that are not going to work on your business the same way that you are working with the same zeal. Invest in your branding, invest in your marketing. Work outside your shell. Look at how they're doing it on social media and perfect and be better. Keep showing up on social media. Don't say, I don't have time. This is your bread and butter. Work it. Your collaborations and your partnerships are important. That's why you don't have to run your mouth and do as if you don't care about other people. You need the people. You need the people even in the corporate world. When you leave the corporate world one day, you will need them as resources. But you know what? God is bigger. If those people are crap, then it's fine. But she spoke about how those doors still opened. And because she was credible in her career, they believe that she can do it even outside. So you leverage other people's audiences. Instead of doing it alone, don't do it alone. One of the things, I don't know if Pastor Lynette is still here, when she does events, one of the things that we learned earlier in our friendship, in our journey, we have now become like sisters and family members, is that we needed to collaborate. There's a skill, there's a talent she's stronger in, I'm stronger in something else. But if she was going to pull alone, then we might not get far enough. Right? So these are the things, the innovation, the products that she spoke to about, that I introduced you to, that are out there. But she said it's not just about the products. It's about the problems you solve concerning that. One of the stories that she did not get to share, but she has shared with me in private, is she needed to bring a solution during COVID. People were hungry. People didn't know how to. She had to concoct this thing that was going to feed people, magwinya, on a go. Right? Create a brand that empowers. Create a brand that educates. This is who Tlhoko is all about. She's about educating others, encouraging others. She wants to empower others. She goes beyond just the cookies and the biscuits. She goes beyond. She does classes. She does mentorship. She makes sure that she engages herself in the community in various initiatives. One of the things, again, that we didn't get to talk about is the students that you train at the bread box. She's always sending children to school in one way or the other to train and study cooking and all that. The businesses that thrive are those that evolve, change with the times. I cannot but labor the issue of mental resilience and how it supports your leadership. right? It's not just a financial game, it's a mental and an emotional game. Every single day you're gonna have to decide, I'm waking up, I'm gonna do this. It's a mental game, I have to balance. It's an emotional game, I have to show up, I have to maintain a balance and set my non-negotiables. My boundaries are my boundaries. I'm going to have my non-negotiables. My time of prayer is a non-negotiable. My time of rest is a non-negotiable. My time for personal growth is a non-negotiable. This lady runs a business. This lady travels the countries, different countries. I can tell you, she then goes and sits at Gibbs in a class every single day. She has to do an assignment. Sometimes she will send you a question, say, Pastor, you need to write this thing. In my assignment, they said I must do a survey. And sometimes I'll say, I'm tired, but I say, it's important to Chloe, let me write this thing and send it to her. So she's still got time to go sit down and study. So nobody has an excuse to fall apart and to say you're not going to show up. Surround yourself with people that lift you up. Sometimes there are days when she says, hey, Pastor, I'm tired, I didn't submit, and I will take it to task and say, you missed your assignment date. On what basis? You can't be around me and be a PBP member. You tell me you missed an assignment. We are all tired, right? The wrong environment can drain you. Make sure you create your boundaries nicely. Celebrate your small wins. Yes, Chloe?
Let me add to that, because I like sharing, guys. And then my studies, it's 100% fully paid because I needed to understand the food and beverage sector. So there are also bursaries, maybe be on the lookout. If you are not on LinkedIn, get on LinkedIn. Also check out CETAs and stuff like that. You'll be shocked. Get onto these things, apply for these bursaries and attend. So fully paid. You don't spend 8%. You want to just to make sure that you work out really hard and you do yourself a favor and pass. And you can continuously progress if you want. And I think it's a lot of things that a lot of people don't talk about. You see people studying, getting these grants and stuff like that. And one of the things that I do is that I would apply for grants for unemployed youth or unemployed people, where we then do these bursaries, we have to do skills development, we take them to particular schools, they get paid. But I think the sad part is sometimes our people then fall off because all they want is money. But then when you've got a skill, nobody can take it away from you, and it comes at no cost to you. And what you have to do is to just go take yourself there, then and so I think this year we'll be doing the same thing again. It's a lot of activity, it's a lot of that, but I think we cannot tire by doing the Lord's work and making sure that people are their skills. I'm big on skills development, and we'll keep on doing this. So it's one of those things. So if you are in any type of business, and there was somebody who was in transportation, there's a CETA that deals with transportation. Just go check the grants that you can get. The only thing that you need to do to get those grants, you need to have a skills development number. You register that with SACS. It's called an SDL number. So if you get an SDL number, you are able to apply for grants on the area of your business. And some of the businesses or some of the cities are the overlap. So you are able to do that from property to anything and anything that you need to take. So if you've got an SDL number, you are able to apply for these grants. And then if you don't know how to apply for these grants, cities are able to help you. They sometimes have dedicated people, and some of us who have not been interested and learned on how to apply for ourselves because we couldn't afford consultants. We are also able to assist with the experience that one has to apply. So please don't, there's a lot of free things or non-financial assistance, free bursaries out there where you can go and uproot yourself or while you still try to figure yourself out.
That's powerful. Letu, I hope you made notes of all those things that Sis Chloe was talking about. Guys, did you hear the CETAs, Tahil and Tyreek? I hope you heard very well. For your transport business, there is a specific CETA, there are grants. So don't despair, right? Guys, I'm wrapping up. Last comments again. This mentorship is God sent. Thank you for those who are appreciating it, and thank you for those who are taking it seriously, right? This is your game changer. Chloe's told you, you need mentors. You need to shorten the learning curve. We don't have time. You might not have the money for an MBA. Listen to her testimony. Paid up, bursary. Do you know how much Gibbs cost for them to go and inject these things? Paid up, fully paid up. So find the right mentors. Find not necessarily just people who are successful, but people whose values align with your values. If you don't have direct access to the mentor you want, buy their books, follow them online, read their books, listen to their podcasts. Make sure you are getting to understand the whole program, what they are all about. You can still learn from them. You don't have to have a one-on-one session in a meeting with a person. You can open your book and you read. And when you reach out to potential mentors, don't just ask for advice. Give value, offer value, show them that you are also serious, right? Final takeaway, start before you are ready. She said, register that company. When you have the idea, when the money is not there, just register the company before the money for the capital layout comes. Perfection is an illusion. Start before you are ready. Secondly, build your brand, not just your business. Stay committed to your vision. Consistency and resilience will definitely determine your success. Remember, the world needs what you offer. Keep going. The world needs what you are offering. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, my beautiful, awesome mentees. Thank you so much for supporting the vision and staying on. Incidentally, I also took another screenshot because we lost one person after the thing. I was looking for the ones who stay until the end. Because those that stay until the end, you're worth it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your patience. I will see you tomorrow at our usual date. And thank you, Sis Chloe. Make sure you are following Chloe. All social media channels, TikTok. If you see her post, comment and leave a heart and just support each other. You know each other now, you are mentees. Make sure you show up for each other, even on social media. Don't just pass the post. Comment, like the post, right? We also have personal pages where we're doing other things. Comment, like the post. We will do the same for you. It's free. What does it cost you to like somebody's post? Like it, comment, go and leave a Google review. How you've experienced. You've now experienced the business of Breadbox alive. You have the CEO right here. Go and write a review about her and say, wow, what an amazing individual. Thank you so much. God bless you. And good night. Greet somebody in the chat section. Leave us a comment. Guys, I'm going to open the WhatsApp groups for comments. I need you to flood them with feedback. I'm going to make a plan to take the MP3 and rebroadcast it for those that want to hear it. You're going to hear it one time. You're going to go and implement, right? Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Fortune.
Thank you, my angel.